Hello, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing good. Today we're gonna do a skin fade with a hard part. We're gonna start with the left side. We're gonna apply water to protect the longer hair from the shorter. Use number 3 and keep your sight in this part of the guard. Protect the longer hair using this part of the comb. In this section we can cut down to cut the hair sticking up. Remove the hair protector and use the 1.5 using mostly the corner of the guard and cut in a diagonal position. Use number 0 and make the line of the fade going down. Use number 1 with an open blade to open away. Continue cutting from left to right. Use number 1 with a closed blade and stretch the scalp to change the angle the hair grows. This way you can cut shorter and with more precision. Now we're gonna use the 0.5. We're gonna open the blade and we're gonna clear the darker areas. Here I'm pointing the darker areas so you can identify them easier. Cut without rushing. The less you rush, the faster you finish. In my technique, it's not necessary using more than one line. You can avoid using the excess of lines by using the longer guards in a diagonal position. Continue cutting until the back and remove the cutted hair so you can see clearly the hair that you want to cut. We are cutting in a diagonal position and we are only clearing the darker areas. Now we're gonna use number 0 and we are gonna go back using the border of the blade and we are gonna clear the darker areas lefted close to the line. I didn't edit this part of the video too much so you can appreciate from a close perspective the hairs that you need to cut. Attack the dark area, jump the lighter one, and then continue cutting the next darker area. We are only using the border of the clipper's blade. I put number 1 back to clear a darker area here so we don't go too high with the 0.5. Use number 1 to start blending the beard area. We're gonna use number 1 in this section. Later we're gonna use the 0.5 for half a bit higher. Then close the blade to use number 0 to blend it with the trimmer. Now we're gonna use the trimmer, mostly using the corner of the trimmer's blade, and we're gonna cut from left to right until the back to make the hair ready for the shaver. Now we're gonna use the shaver with mostly using the corner of the shaver's blade. We're gonna start from left to right until the back. Close to the occipital bone, we can cut going down. Later, when we remove the excess of hair, we can use the foil shaver going up. Now we're gonna make the line. We're gonna start with the edge on the front. Later we're gonna do the line using mostly the border of the trimmer's blade and open the way from left to right. Make the trimmer's blade fall softly on top of the scalp so we don't make a big line. Continue with the right side. We're gonna start using number 4, trap the hair against the clippers so this area blends easy with the scissors at the end. Later we're gonna use the 1.5 a bit lower. Cut in a diagonal position and continue until the back of the head. Now we're gonna make the line of the fade, close the blade to use number 0 and make the line going down. Use number 1 with an open blade and continue opening away using mostly the corners of the clippers guard. Now we're gonna use number 1 with a closed blade, stretch the scalp to change the angle the hair grows. This way you can cut shorter and with more precision. Now the most important step of the cut, open the blade to use the 0.5, mostly using the border of the clipper's blade, and continue cutting from right to left, only cutting the darker areas. Here I'm pointing the darker areas using the straight razor. In this part of the video I didn't edit it too much so you can see clearly the hair that you need to cut. Cut organized from right to left. Don't rush, the less you rush, the faster you finish. Remove the cutted hair using the brush to see the darker areas better. Make the connection on the back, start using the 0.5 for half. Later we're gonna close the blade to use number 0. Here you can see I'm only using the border of the clipper's blade from right to left or left to right. Close the blade to use number 0, mostly using the corner of the clipper's blade, and go back to clear the darker areas left close to the line. Here we can see a darker area. We're gonna clear it using the corner of the clipper's blade only. As soon as most of the blend is done, we can start an exchange between the 0.5 and 0. Use number 1 to start blending the beard area. Then use the 0.5 and later the 0 a bit higher. We are cutting in a diagonal position depending on the beard's shape. The rest of the hair we cut it using the trimmer, mostly using the border of the trimmer, and continue cutting from right to left until the back. Now we're gonna cut with the shaver using mostly the border, continue cutting from right to left. On top of the ear section, only use 1 bar of the shaver. Use the border of the shaver and continue until the back. Make the edge on the forehead area. Here we cut going with the grain because that's the way the hair grows. You can use this part of the comb to extract the hair hidden and organize it to cut it. Now we're gonna use the straight razor and the shaving gel, apply some on the forehead and on the neck. Let the straight razor fall softly on the skin to avoid cutting the customer. Now we're gonna make the edge and the line. Use mostly this part of the straight razor and open the way going to the right. The top we did it with scissors. We're using the point cutting technique to remove excess of hair and also creating texture. I'm using the dryer to prepare the hair for the product using mostly a wide tooth hairbrush. I'm using number 3 to cut this hair sticking out and to polish the hair a bit more. In this case, we use a pomade with a high hold and high shine. We use a texture comb to finish the style. This is the final result. This was a skin fade with a hard part. I hope you liked my video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.